Miguel Berchelt versus Oscar Valdez. The prediction, knuckleheads. It's going down this Saturday, ESPN Plus, at the MGM Grand in the bubble. This is not a fight you guys are going to want to miss. In fact, as somebody who considers himself a hardcore boxing, forget that, a hardcore fight fan, this is a fight that you cannot miss. I don't care if you're a fan of MMA, jiu-jitsu. I don't care if you like to fight only in video games. This is a fight that's going to look like a video game, if you ask me. So much so that we have experts and wannabes and pundits all around the world that are invoking the holy trilogy of Barrera versus Morales in analogizing this fight. And you know what? I cannot disagree with that. Believe it or not, me, you know I don't fall for the hype. You know I only talk about stuff when I believe in it in this fashion. And so I hope that indicates to you that this is a fight you must watch, especially if you've got some casual friends around. Tell them, hey, come on over, watch the fight. It's Modelo time, fool, whatever it is. Sip your drink, watch this fight. This is going to be nonstop entertainment. So let's get right into it. 38-1 with 34 knockouts. Miguel Berchelt representing Mexico versus Oscar Valdez, 28-0, 22 knockouts. Also representing Mexico right there off the bat. You know you got two Mexican alpha dogs going in there trying to show who the real man is, who's got the bigger huevos. And you know that makes for an exciting fight, but all the other trimmings and trappings and delicacies around this fight do nothing but add spice to this fight. I mean, this fight is like a juicy spike of al pastor that's just been sitting there and marinating in its own juices for such a long time, and somebody's about to slice it up for you and serve it to you, and your mouth is just absolutely watering. Miguel Berchelt will be defending his WBC junior lightweight title, super featherweight, whatever you want to call it, against Oscar Valdez, who is also, or was, the WBO title holder at 126 pounds. He's moving up to fight Berchelt. In fact, he moved up 2 or 3 fights ago. I believe it was 3 fights ago. But obviously he did it for this reason, in order to get this WBC strap, the most desirable strap in all of boxing. Let's be honest with ourselves. We can dislike the WBC. We can say whatever we want to say about Mauricio Suleiman. I like the guy. I like the WBC. But anyway, we can say whatever we want to say about them. But that's the belt, that sexy green belt that everybody wants. And for me, that's the metaphorical cilantro on the delicious al pastor taco that I'm about to devour on Saturday night as I watch this fight. So again, 2 big dogs representing their country. A lot of pride on the line here. On top of that, another trimming and trapping, an extra little tidbit for you, is the fact that Oscar Valdez was an Olympian and Miguel Berchelt felt like he should have been in that position. He's the champ right now. He's the one defending. But he feels some kind of way about this whole situation, about Valdez having been the Olympian and not himself. Both guys, qualified amateurs, very deep amateur background, but Valdez has that Olympic pedigree. Now, where he may, and I say may because both of these guys are really good, where he may have the advantage in that pedigree, he's got the disadvantage in this fight as far as height and as far as reach. I've heard anywhere between a 1 and 2 inch height advantage. I'm going to say, having looked at the guys, there's probably a 2 inch height advantage for Miguel Berchelt. That said, that is not as important as the 5 inch reach advantage that Miguel Berchelt has going into this fight, right? So let's say you favor Oscar Valdez's technique because of his Olympic pedigree. You got to look at the physical attributes here. You got to look at the fact that Miguel Berchelt taller, and much longer. 5 inches, you guys, is significant. You can ask your lady about that one. Also, Miguel Berchelt has been campaigning at 130 pounds for a very long time. He's got 6 title defenses. I believe this will be number 7 if he does it. On the other hand, Oscar Valdez was a natural 126-pounder, won a WBO strap down there, moved up, has taken 2 or 3 fights in the interim, and this is going to be by far his biggest test. Actually, he's taken 2 fights at 130. This will be number 3. Now, the other thing to look at, right, is their performance recently, their momentum. I would say that Miguel Berchelt has definitely looked better, especially at 130 pounds. Oscar Valdez, if we're being honest with ourselves, has looked a little shaky in his past couple performances at 130 pounds. He's looked more vulnerable than he's looked before, despite the fact that he finished both fights by TKO. He's actually had to get off the deck in one of those fights. I believe it was against Adam Lopez to get the job done. The other thing, though, that we got to look at, we want to talk about in this fight, is the size of the dog in these two guys. I mean, these guys got so much heart. These guys got so much dog in them. And that's the reason this fight is going to be fantastic. Listen, Oscar Valdez, you could say what you want about him. This guy fought through a broken jaw against a much heavier Scott Quigg who didn't want to cut weight despite being over. Fought through a broken jaw and won the fight against Scott Quigg. So you're not going to see any sort of lack in heart in this fight. And it's the desire. It's the want to represent for the country. And it's the boxing skills, the fitness, the athleticism. But it is the dog that these two guys possess within their soul, right? And Oscar Valdez collects wild animals, and this man is a wild animal on the inside. It is the dog these guys possess in their souls that is going to make this fight, in my opinion, a classic fight between two Mexican warriors. Now, I've seen some predictions on the internet, and before I give you mine, I want to add one more thing to our analysis here. Bear with me. Oscar Valdez, not too long ago, changed trainers, okay? Went back in with, left our good friend Manny Robles, great friend of the channel, and went with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez's camp. I do believe that he would have been better off with Manny Robles. I do believe, and this is not being biased, because Timothy Bradley has also expressed this opinion. I believe that Oscar Valdez has changed his style a little bit, and it has actually hurt him. He's become more defensive, a little bit more technical, instead of being that dog, instead of being that brawler that he naturally is, that offensive fighter. And I do believe that will not bode well for him. That will actually harm him, right? Because I don't believe that's the natural way that he fights. And unless he's improved significantly from his last fight, I maintain that change will affect his performance in this fight. But I will say that the man is dedicated like no other. He's following a plant-based diet. If you follow the lead up to this fight that Top Rank has been doing, kudos to them for showcasing these guys. The guy's absolutely dedicated. So it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen how that switch to Team Canelo and Team Reynoso will help him. But I do believe at this point in his career, it is not going to bode well for him. That being said, knuckleheads, the physical advantage, the experience, especially at 130 pounds. Again, height and the reach goes with the physical advantage. The recent change in coaches, I think these things are just a bit too much of a hurdle to climb in order for me to pick Oscar Valdez. I'm going to have to go with the champ, defending his title. He's looked better more recently. I think he's got the momentum. I think he wins this fight. Now, some people are saying Valdez gets knocked out. I think I saw a prediction. Valdez gets knocked out in 8. No. This is the same guy whose jaw was broken and fought through the entire fight. So I'm going to say he does get finished. I'm going to say he does get finished if he gets finished in the 11th round. I'll say the 11th round. I'll also say there's a very good chance that Valdez loses by decision because he's such a warrior. He's not going to go down easy. Now, there is a chance that Valdez can win this fight. But again, he's going to have to switch back to that warrior. He's going to have to fight the way his DNA designed him to fight. He's going to have to get in there and make it ugly. I do not think he could sit there and box with the longer, stronger, more used to 130 pounds Miguel Berchelt. And that is my prediction, knuckleheads. Miguel Berchelt by knockout in the 11th round. Definitely around the 10th or later, but I'll just say in the 11th round. Potential decision win for Berchelt. Listen, there's a chance, again, that Valdez wins this fight. He's got a chance. The guy's got a lot of heart. He's never lost. He doesn't know what it is to lose. But Miguel Berchelt, for me, in my opinion, is just too much. Just too much right now. Knuckleheads, tell me what you think in the comments below about who's going to win this fight, Berchelt or Valdez. After you do that, hit the like button. Show me some love. Then smash subscribe, the bell notification icon next to it, and join the channel for just $5 a month. You help me build the channel and build the promotion. Finally, be sure to get your FightersRep gear in the link below. Anything you guys purchase helps me build the channel and build the promotion. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this fight, and I look forward to watching this fight. This fight is going to be fireworks.